Hey everyone, this is Canna Corner and I'm your host, Candis Dyer. We've got an amazing show planned today, but first I wanted to thank all the sponsors. We have Roach and Bud. We have KM420 Radio, which is rebroadcasted Canna Corner every Sundays at 2. WJAE 420 Radio, which is rebroadcasted Canna Corner on Wednesdays at 2. And Go Green Botanicals. We also have the Wendy Love Edge Show. Big shout out to Wendy. We love her. And she is starting her new season 7 soon, I believe, coming up. So y'all be sure to go check her out at the Wendy Love Edge Show on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram. She's amazing. She's a great girl. So we love her. Anyway, we have an amazing show today. We got Miss Jessica Parmer, I think is how you say her name, right? I hope. And I will be bringing her in now. She's an amazing, amazing, amazing activist, y'all. She kicks ass. She's always at the events, and I freaking love her. Hey, Jessica, how are you doing?
Hey, Candice, I'm doing well.
I'm so excited that you're here today. I know that you told me about an event coming up, and I'm so excited about it. And I figured we'd bring you on and let you talk to people about it. But first, can you tell the cannabis community, for those who don't know who you are and why you fight for cannabis freedom?
Sure thing. So my name is Jessica Parmer, and the reason I fight for cannabis freedom is because I'm smart enough and grown enough to govern myself. I don't really need a body of legislators or their bosses or even the boss's boss's boss, aka Governor Abbott, telling me how to do things that don't harm the community. As long as I'm not hurting people or taking their stuff, then I consider laws to be considerations, if you will.
Amen.
I started my cannabis activist career specifically in 2016, working with great organizations like yours and with GFW Normal and with the Libertarian Party of Texas. And through my daily activism, teaching people how they can be connected to their own plant medicine here in Texas and not wait for the government to give them for permission.
Heck yeah, I totally agree with that. I'm not liking the way that it's going medical. Like, I didn't want Big Pharma in my business. That's why I wanted to do this this way. And now it's sad to see that it's going more that route. But
sure.
We just got to keep fighting for what we need and what all the people need. Millions are dying waiting on them to make up their mind. And it's just crazy.
Yeah, again, I would never wait for them to tell me what's good for me, because so far what I've seen, Candice, they don't do good things for people very often. So very little trust in the government, more trust in the plant, if you will.
Amen to that. I was just telling everybody I don't celebrate 4th of July because I think it's pretty funny how everybody's always out there every year celebrating their freedom. And yes, I do understand that soldiers fought. I mean, shout out to them. I love the soldiers, don't get me wrong. But the way that they are treating them afterwards, and it just seems like a bit of a joke to get out there and just, yay, we're free. And it's like, no, we're not. We still got to fight.
Right. You know, when I first started my activism, one of the people who I would talk to a lot would be my mother about cannabis and just freedom in general. And she would always say, you know, Jessica, I've traveled to other countries and you have it so much better here. But I just refuse to allow relative depravity to help the celebration, if you will, like you said, Candice. So I'm just not going to stop until peaceful people are free to govern themselves.
Right. No, I totally agree. The government's not doing a very good job, and everybody kind of gives me a hard time about that. But
yeah,
it's like they've had their shot and it's not working.
Yeah.
Like, obviously we are seeing they are being bought at a price, and that wasn't supposed to be able to happen, and it is. So we got to look at things different.
And
But
it's very unfortunate that within our political system, the one that's dominated in the two parties, one of them will try to position themselves to be better or worse than the other. But the truth is that it's two groups working together to do one thing, and that's to
exactly.
oppress peoples.
Yep. And I see that happening with the end prohibition, the federal bill that's going through. Like, I see now what's happening. Like, the reason they're not voting it through is because the Republicans got a bill that they want to go through. That's the same freaking thing. It's like, do you realize what you are doing? You are playing with people's lives because you don't want the other to win. It's not going to work that way.
Yeah, I know. I always thought it was so odd that we would choose official people to represent us by popularity contest.
Right, right. Like the cheerleaders in high school.
Yes.
It's
But we love the
if you were
cheerleaders.
a cheerleader, I love you. I really do. You know, I
Yes.
watched a friend of mine that was really close work her butt off to get in there, and then at the end, it was a popularity contest, and she didn't make it. So that's why I was saying that. But no, I love cheerleaders. But no, I know that you believe you are a huge fan of mushrooms, and so am I, and psychedelics and healing the body the way they've been doing it for millions of years. It's not a new thing.
Sure.
You want to tell some people about that and what got you involved in this conference we're fixing to tell everybody about?
Yeah, absolutely. So along the lines of growing your own cannabis, for example, there's a ton of other plant medicine that you can grow. For our conference, we'd like to call them teaching plants. And these are plants that you consume with an intention, and you're consuming them in a safe environment. You're reducing as much harm as possible. It's not a time of abundance per se. I never promote people eating a lot of mushrooms. I would prefer the smallest dose under the most intentional circumstances. And people will see that it goes a long way. And that's going to be the main focus of our conference this time, is that harm reduction. I just want people to know that just like cannabis, plant medicine, when appreciated and when treated with respect, is helpful, and it's almost never harmful. And I'm a person who consumes cannabis on a daily basis, and it's not an addiction, and it's something that is positive to me. It's something that moves me forward. It's something that keeps me active. It's something that allows me to help contribute positively to the world's soul, basically. And it's not only cannabis and mushrooms that can do it. There's so many other teaching plants that we'll talk about at our conference. And it's not just people from United States going to the Amazon and paying for these wild retreats. There are churches who are using these sacraments right here in Texas. So I'm excited for the movement.
For sure, there are, and I've been dabbling in it this last year after your conference, because I've got a lot of childhood trauma that I have to deal with, and if you are one of those people, you realize we spend our whole lives pushing it down, trying to forget it. But, and we're so hard on ourselves. Like, it's not just like, if I said, oh yeah, I did this or whatever, people, we are easier. We don't judge people as bad as we judge ourselves.
Yeah.
And we really don't. And it made me be able to look at myself through like somebody else's eyes, almost like with that loving, unjudgmental way that we all should think be anyway. We shouldn't be so hard on ourselves, because a lot of people have been through a lot and they do things for reasons, and we need to be able to find out what those reasons are. And I know that my experience with them, it's helping me do that. And so I'm loving the transformation that it's helping me make. Like, I'm not so hard on myself anymore. Like, you're allowed to make mistakes, it's okay.
100%. And then just a quick illustration, and that's what the mushroom does when it roots into the ground, or rather sprouts up from within. Down below, there's a deep network of mycelium, and it connects to each other, it connects to other plants. Mushrooms have been known to draw up water from one part of the forest and basically transmit it underground to a tree that wasn't able to get it for whatever reason.
Awesome.
And these entheogens, these teaching plants, they're meant to bring us together and connect us to all, make high vibrations for the world's soul. And some of the reasons to do them is to hook into that connection. If you're feeling alone, if you're feeling depressed, if you have childhood traumas that you don't feel comfortable because the limitations that you've put on yourself, it's smart to avoid scary things.
Right.
And reliving, rethinking, going back, those are rough times. And if you were able to soften the experience in a way where the set was right, the setting was right, and someone was able to guide you, a person that you trusted, imagine the transformation you could get in some sessions like that.
Somebody who actually knew what they were doing and not you just trying to do it yourself.
Yeah, well, certainly a lot of people DIY at home. There's so many good resources. Our conference is one, obviously, but reading anything and everything that you can about these entheogens and talking to our friends who are out of the closet about them is the best way for us to find our best practices in the community.
For sure, for sure. And I know we went to the last one and it was awesome. Excuse me. It always gets me when I start talking about childhood. But so it was amazing. We had a great time. We got to set up a booth. And I plan on coming to this one. You want to tell everybody about it and what's going on? And
yeah, absolutely. Candis is going to join me on Saturday, November 5th at the Arlington Music Hall. Remember, the 5th of November.
Heck yeah.
We're going to take over Arlington Music Hall, and there will be booths set up with vendors who are selling their art and people from local churches, like I said, who use these teaching plants as their sacrament. We have educational speeches throughout the day, focusing first on harm reduction, but then other topics that are extremely useful, like growing mushrooms at home, ones for eating on your spinach salad, and then others that are more magical.
Awesome.
But Candice, I do remember your booth being there, and I remember that you were interviewing people and talking about freedoms and talking about them using the plant medicine. Do you remember anybody, a good story that someone who really had their lives changed or something from a plant medicine, from all those interviews?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry again.
Oh.
Edward Maddox, man.
Oh, Ed.
Oh my God, I love that guy.
Big pepperoni in the sky. What a lovely, loving man.
He is, for real. I remember all of our events that we had. I was always at the booth and he was always right behind me. And so we got to hang out a lot and talk, and he is just amazing. And I know that he would be so excited about this event. And then of course, Bob Smiley was there. He's an amazing guy. And I believe the church that you're talking about was there, although I'm failing to remember the name.
Yeah, we will have Two Birds Church.
Heck yeah, that was it. I just saw the doves for some reason. Like,
you got it. And Bob Smiley with the Fully Informed Juror Association also helping to talk about freedoms. And a good thing that I tell about to all my speakers or anybody who's going to join the conference is to limit your fears about meeting these people who you meet at the conference, because we're all there for the same purpose. We're already fans.
Right.
So most of the things that you say and most of the conversations that you're going to have that day are going to be good ones.
Definitely.
So don't be afraid about coming out and meeting new people or hearing on new topics, or just walking right up to a vendor table like yours and just getting into the conversation on that day, November 5th.
I love the date, by the way.
Me too.
That is actually what got me involved in activism, was Anonymous.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. When the keyboard warriors were helping with the water is life stuff and all that is what got me involved. And, you know, I just thought sitting here and not being able to do anything, like being so mad at them cutting off feeds and spraying them with water. Man, I was so mad. And it made me want to fight. It made me want to get up and start doing something. And that's what got me started. So I love that date.
Yes, and you don't have to be in, whether you believe in the writings or the teachings or the followings of Q Anonymous, or rather, you know, it's just important for everyone to always do your independent investigation. Like Candis said, she got a strong feeling. She wondered what to do. So do look around and see what you can do, what's comfortable for you, and what keeps you peaceful.
For real. And start saying yes. Do it. Don't let fear root you, because I would have never done this before. Like, I hate going live. I hate it. I got forced into it because COCW needed somebody to go talk and nobody else was going to do it. So I was like, well, shit. And here I am today talking and sharing stories and stuff. So don't ever say no, say yes. Don't just because you're scared. You know, it's scary to just do new things, but it's also fun and amazing. And you're going to learn big things about yourself that you never knew.
You're right.
Heck yeah. Well, okay. So if somebody, are there any booth spots open?
Oh, yes, we have about 3 vendor booths still available. And we have 1 speaking spot, a 25-minute spot if you have a topic that you want to share with us, or if anybody wants to recommend a speaker for that spot. After that, the day will be filled, and I'm excited to showcase both educational talks and also some live art. So we'll see some dancers representing some psychedelic interpretations. I'm excited for some new items that we're bringing to the conference this time around.
Heck yeah. And if y'all, we're going to be handing out flyers at Hempy's on 7/10 for it. If people want to do the booth thing, how do they get a hold of you?
They can email me. They can contact the conference page. I'll have Candis put the email in the chat.
Awesome. And then I'm going to put the link too for the tickets.
Perfect.
The ticket sales. So if anybody wants a ticket to go, where is this going to be?
Yeah, Arlington Music Hall is in downtown Arlington, right next to Babe's Chicken Place. Do you like Babe's?
Yes, they are very good.
Me too. I like that they keep the menu simple, and it allows them to really get the food out fast, you know?
And it's home cooked food, like stuff you remember mom making for you.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. But right there in Arlington Music Hall in Arlington, Texas, tickets are at arlingtonmusichall.net. Just search our event. We've got 3 great ticket packages. One is our Up in the Party balcony package, of course, our mezzanine seating. And then we have a premium package that includes lower level seating and a token from the conference. But by far the best value is our VIP package. That's the $200, but that's the VIP gift bag. It's special row seating. It's access to our green room, which is incredible, which will have catering by the Midnight Mushroom Company, culinary delights upstairs, ladies and gentlemen. Also, time with our speakers and some raffle tickets, as we always have great vendors giving cool stuff to pass on to the psychedelic community.
For real, man. Those goodie bags are awesome.
Goodie bags rule.
So yeah, to get all the perks, y'all, that's a pretty cheap price to in the background and get all the perks. So you'll definitely want to do that. We will be there. Canna Corner will be there. Roach and Bud's going to be there with Pothead. And so you'll be able to check him out in his booth too. Can you talk about any speakers, or are they like quiet?
Yeah, certainly. So I'll lead the pack on the topic of harm reduction. So I'm definitely going to share some of the anecdotes, things, teachings, and experiences that I've gathered in my psychedelic adventures to just let people know that the way to keep these entheogens safe is to take them safely. And it's important that we're spreading the good word about psychedelics and not just the fun and crazy times.
Yeah.
We've got Teresa Marie returning to talk about some of the patients that she works with who are managing their ADD and ADHD using small microdose LSD and MDMA. Very interesting and a little bit different topic than what we've heard before from Teresa.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep. And then also, I'm very, very proud to announce my husband, Stephen Parmer, speaking on psychedelics and loss. He's going to talk about the way that he transformed some of his gloomy times into sunshiny days just using these teaching plants.
That is awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing them all. So that's
Well,
going to be a good time, y'all. Y'all definitely want to come and check it out. It's going to be awesome.
yes, please do. Please do.
So I know that we will be handing out flyers, y'all, at the 710 event. It is almost here. I'm so excited.
I'm excited. And then viewers, does everybody know why we celebrate 710? Candace, can we give them the 1 minute?
Yes, it is actually the wax side of the law. So I guess the wax law was at that date, maybe?
Yes. And then also, I'll do an illustration for you real quick. And I learned this when I first got into my activism, but the letters of 710, it spells oil.
Oh, fuck yeah. I didn't know that. Wow.
So if you're a Earl girl or an oil boy, or if you roll with the Arlington Dab boys like me, then come down to 710, celebrate oral at Hempy's
Heck yeah.
Emporium.
I love that. Thank you. Yes, I love learning new shit. I knew it was oil, but I really didn't know much beyond that.
Perfect.
So that's cool. We've got it coming up. It's going to be from 2 to 6, and we will have flyers for the Consciousness and Psychedelic Conference, and we will be supporting them. And we will also be supporting the worldwide 710 protest that is for ending cannabis prohibition period, letting all the cannabis prisoners out and quit putting new ones in. And basically is what we're going to be protesting about on that day. We're going to be at Hempy's, have hot dogs. Roach and Bud's going to be there with Pothead. And so it's just going to be a fun time. And Karen's going to come and say a few things to talk about ending prohibition and the effect it has on us and everybody, because somebody knows somebody that's been affected by the cannabis prohibition at some point. Like everybody does. We can all figure that out and manage that. But I am looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. KM420 radio is going to be there.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
So Farrah and Renee are going to come from Arkansas and Houston and hang out.
Wonderful. It's going to be a 710 party for sure.
Yes.
Definitely want to come out to Hempy's, guys. I mean, I don't like to make such bold statements, but they have the best customer service. We'll drive to the south of Arlington, darling, every time, because that customer service, you know, Ed, Kimmy behind the counters. And if you are a member of DFW Normal, then they'll give you a 15% discount.
Oh, yeah.
So head over to dfwnormal.org and join for the discount at Hempy's.
Heck yeah. And I know that they said they were going to be spinning a wheel. So
oh yeah,
anybody that comes prizes is going to get either discounted stuff or good prizes. So come.
Yes, for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica, for hanging with me. This invitation, I tell everybody all the time, is open. This is what I want to tell people about events and get the word out there. So anytime you have anything going on, hit me up and we'll get you on here so you can tell everybody.
Perfect.
I love you, girl. And thank you for being so amazing.
Bye. See you 710.
Bye. Love you. Bye. Awesome, y'all. That is Jessica. She is amazing. I met her way back at the Libertarian convention stuff. And man, it was fun. The marijuana march. And she's just amazing person. She does a lot for the cannabis community. And if you can make it to the Consciousness and Psychedelic Conference, please come out. Please join us. I will be putting the links to the Instagram page and the tickets and stuff in my Facebook live YouTube video or Facebook live video and be uploading it to YouTube here shortly. I know I'm ending my show a little short today, but I got to take my daughter to go see fireworks. So that's what we're fixing to go do. But I love everyone and y'all have an amazing day.